Okay, hopefully y'all can see me. So, January 2005, I was going out with this guy named Jay. Jay went out of town with his friend to Sacramento, and his friend ended up getting in an accident in Sacramento. He couldn't walk. So, his mother there wanted him to stay for a while to heal up. So, my boyfriend originally supposed to came back over the weekend, but he didn't. The same day I get off work, I was doing security. One of my cousins called me and said, "Hey, I met this guy online on like one of the party lines. Can you take me to go meet him?" I said, "Okay." And this was out in the country. So I was like, all right. So I didn't need to take my uniform off. I just got to work, went and got her, and we went out there. She told me the address. Well, we found the address. See, back in the day, you had to call people. Okay, where you say it's at again? How I get there? What I should be looking for on the corner? Type of stuff. So anyway, we make it there, and I'm sitting in the car knowing I got a boyfriend. He come out the house, and he like, hey, he said, "What's up?" to my cousin, whatever they talking. And so he was like, "Driver, I got a cousin in the house." And I was like, "Okay, that's good." So the cousin come out, and he was like, "What's up with you?" So he come on my side of my car, and I'm just like, "I'm not even interested, sir. I don't know what you're doing. I got a man I'm just like, okay." So anyways, that night, his cousin ended up getting in the car with me. And my cousin ended up getting in the car with the guy she came originally to see. So now we rolling. They was like, "Let's go to," so in our town, it's the Bluffs. So we went to the Bluffs. We wasn't getting down though, but that is the spot. Anyways, we stopped by Fast Trip. So his cousin come out the Fast Trip with a little rose, a little fake rose they be having at the gas stations. And he give it to me. And I'm like, "Oh, he's sweet." That's what I'm thinking. I ain't know he was crazy. Now remember, now his name is Crazy C in this story. So, boom, we get to the Bluffs. They drinking, smoking. I sipped a little bit. And my cousin did too. So they hit it off or whatever. And they was like, "Well, we're going to see y'all again." I'm like, "We see us? I mean, her, I might bring her out here, but not me." So not like that way. But anyways, the cousin was cute. So I'm thinking like, my guy ain't here, so how you gonna know? Anyways, well, they were both from the same hood, but I ain't gonna go there. Anyways, so we was kicking it from that day forward. It was like an everyday thing. Like, I'll be at a certain job site, he'll pull up, he'll bring me something to eat, he'll sit with me on job sites, and I was doing security, so he'll just be out there with me. He'll come get my car, leave his car where I'm at, go wash my car, bring my car back, take his car, and then we'll meet up when I get off. So we was doing that. Then we end up being grown, doing grown things. And so it took to a whole nother level. So the first 14 days of February, he bought me something every day. Every day he kept gas in my car. He fed me. He bought me little trinkets and different things like that. He was real sweet. So I'm being tricked, not knowing. So anyways, one day he called me. He said he was changing the tire on his car. The jack slipped. His hand was under between the car and the tire. Smashed his hand. He was like, "Can you go up to KMC with me? It's a hospital." We went to the hospital. I'm sitting with him. His mom was there too. She was like, "Did you know he was in 3B before?" That's when you get that 5150 help. I was like, "No." She was like, "Because back in the day he smoked them sticks, so he lost his mind a little bit." And I'm like, "What? He crazy?" I didn't think he really was crazy though. So anyways, I knew he had kids. But so one day, I didn't have no children at the time. So one day he hit me up. Remind you, this man's 8 years older than me. So he told me that his baby mama come in town. And he was like, "Me and you need to kick back because I don't want her trying to mess your car up." I'm like, "Okay, I'm going to kick back." So I wasn't tripping. So my cousin hit me up and she was like, I told her what happened. And she was like, "Okay, cool. Let's hit up David and David." I'm going to use their real names because y'all don't know it's many Davids here. Anyways, so we went and got David and David. So mind you, prior to this, with Crazy C, me and my cousin and his cousin got our rooms at Motel 6. That's what we did. We was young. We didn't have our own homes. Well, they didn't either. So that's what we did. Anyways, so when he told me to kick back that day, she hit me up. She was like, "Well, let's go get David and David." I'm like, "All right." So I was down. So we all kicked and we at the park. Then we go eat somewhere. And then she ended up saying, "Let's go get a room." I'm like, "Oh my goodness." My gut told me not to go get this room. Definitely not in my name. So one of Davis had recently got out, so he had some like gate money or whatever. So he was like, yeah, I'll pay for it. So we go. We just chill in the room. It wasn't even that long. Mind you, your boy told me to kick back. We gonna kick back between me and him. So I'm just thinking like, okay, I ain't finna hear from him. So when his cousin rolled up to his house, he was like, have you heard from, me, CG and my cousin? And he was like, no, not since I talked to her about an old girl coming to town. Woo. He was like, yeah, that's kind of suspicious. Mind you, his cousin is rolling with another female in the car, but checking about me and my cousin. What's your point? So anyways, he wasn't even thinking about none of that until his cousin came and woke him up. So he like, okay, what's up? Where they at? So they go right around. Next thing you know, I'm in the room. My cousin goes to Del Taco across the way with her guy. So they get into food or whatever. And it was like front desk. Nobody know where we at. Who calling us? And then Crazy C was like, bitch, what room you in? I'm like, oh my God. No. What are you doing? What is you doing? What you mean with room? I'm like 324. That's what I say. I'm lying about the room. Anyway, we was right there by the office. So he hang up the phone. I'll go around to the window, and the other guy, David, I was kicking it with, he was in the bathroom. So I go around to the window, I'm looking, and he come out the office, storming out the office, right? And then I see my cousin walking back up from Del Taco with her food and her guy. All I know is she was trying to get in the room. I got the deadbolt on. I'm like, he ain't getting in here. I hear him saying, he tell her, bitch, if you don't get this door up, I'm going to whoop your ass. So I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't want my cousin to get swung on. So I open up the door. He like, bitch, what y'all in here doing? Y'all fucking while the bed's messed up. And I'm like, we was just sitting there on the bed. And then, so my dude come out, he's just like, what the fuck going on? I'm like, this nigga told me that we wasn't kicking no more. Like, basically, he finna go, his baby mama coming to town, we need to kick back. So I'm just thinking like, why is you checking in looking for me? Anyways, he grabbed me, damn near throw me out the room. Crazy C did. Almost tripped on the concrete. And then I'm just looking at him like, he don't give a damn. So the lady in the front desk, she called the popos. We hear the sirens coming. And then, so Crazy C tell his cousin to pop the trunk. I'm like, oh no, we ain't got time for that. They'll gonna grab that sawed-off shotgun. So he was like, where your car at? I'm like, it's around here. He was like, yeah, I seen it when I rolled in. So we go to my car. I'm like, let me leave the scene so nobody won't get hurt. He throw me backseat of my car. My car. He driving now. Police coming in the front. We going out through the back. So he get me around the corner at the bowling alley, and he gonna sit there and say, why are you making me do this? He snatched the chain he gave me off me, hit me on my arm with it, and he like, why are you making me do this? It seemed like a Lifetime movie scene. I'm like, oh my, I'm not making it home tonight. This is what I'm thinking in mind. I'm like, So anyways, we drive from the alley. We going from the bowling alley. We going back to our hood. And we get to AM PM on Union. And so he stopped the car or whatever, and I jump out and I run to the AM PM. And I'm like, call 911, please call 911. He won't let me go. So then I run. So then he walked in the store on camera. Bitch, get your ass back in the car. I get back in the car. I'm like, oh my God, this finna be all bad. So we make it to the park, a park in the hood called California Park, Martin Luther King Park, whatever you want to call it. I'm like, okay, I can get out. See, at this time, I wasn't big. I wasn't chunky. I was in shape. And I could run. So I hop out my car, take off running through the park. He on me. He was on my tail. So he was faster than me. So he caught up with me, and he tripped me. So I fall in the grass or whatever. He started beating himself in the head. Why you making me do this to you? Why you making me do this to you? And all I was trying to do was be your nigga. And I'm just like, I ain't make you do nothing. You came looking for me. You want to tell me your baby mama was in town. All I said, shut up, CG. Just let this night end. And I'm like, just let me go home. Just let me take you home. So we get back in my car. He was like, okay, you take me home. Because I was like, I'm tired. You been having me running. You got me all stressed out. I was like, I want to go home. So I'm taking him to his house. Do y'all know what he said when we pulled up in his mama's driveway? He gonna sit there and say, you gonna give me some? Hell no. I'm like, no, you done had me running. I'm all sweaty. I'm making every excuse not to get this man nothing. So to get him out my car, I said, I'll just see you another day. I'll see you another day. Do you know the next morning at 9 in the morning, he was parked in my car park in the back of the apartment and blowing his horn. Then he comes tapping at my window. He was like, you want to get breakfast? What? I'm like, I just got away from you, killer. This is what I'm thinking. But I didn't say nothing to him. I was like, yeah, we're going to get breakfast. I'm just like, I just want him to act ignorant. And then my daddy had to jump on him. And it was been all type of, my mama would have jumped in. It would been all type of heat going on around here. So I'm like, let me go. So we go by my cousin's house. I'm going to make sure she made it home. And when we get over there, she came with one of the other homies now. Because she was like, the other day we went to jail because he lied about his name when the police asked him everybody's name. And he lied about his name. I was like, oh my goodness, what happened to my date? This is what I'm thinking. And I'm looking at her. And she's like, oh, he went home. We dropped him off. I'm like, oh, okay. She was like, girl, you okay? Barely. So, anywho, we leave her house. He go buy me something. He was like, will you forgive me? I didn't mean that. I don't know why I was acting like that. And I'm like, because you crazy. He is for real crazy. And still crazy to this day. Mind you, I was 18. He was 25. So you let this young thing put it on you and you lost your damn mind? No, sir. We're not finna do this. So me and Crazy C, slowly but sure, I started backing up. I'm like, I'm good. My original man came back into town and he was like, I heard you was riding around. He was like, if I see you in the car with him, I'm going to snatch you out. So we purposely rolled by him. He didn't do no snatching. That was messy of me and I wish I never did that. But this is my truth. So this is called That Night at the Motel 6 with Crazy C and my cousin.